Well, at the end of the day, at the beginning of this week, you are going to find out something about someone being completely dishonest. You are going to find out something really specific about one person. The mask is going to fall, and what you're going to see beyond, you're not going to like it. So you are going to become aware of someone who was rather dishonest with you, my gorgeous Taurus. And I'm talking about the week in between the 5th and the 11th of December 2022. And you know what? When you become aware of this dishonesty, this is not as much like this person being dishonest with you or lying to you, but you will know that this person was lying to somebody else. But you will also know that this can kind of affect you if you don't kind of just slightly change your path. And you will know exactly what I mean. It's all about knowing which adjustment do you need to make in your life. And at this moment in time, this adjustment is more going to come up in form of you becoming aware of what do you need to sacrifice at this stage in your life. But this in itself is going to become a rather good sacrifice indeed. And you will know exactly what do I mean, and you will know exactly what am I talking about here indeed. So when you become aware of that dishonest person, at the same time, this in itself, do you know what? Like normally you would think that would completely put you off life, like put you off everything. But at this moment in time, you're gonna feel different. And you're gonna realize, oh my God, I've changed over the last year or two. You're gonna realize how much you've actually changed. And that in itself, it's really going to kind of like set you back a little bit. It's going to surprise you, because out of this, you're actually going to have a fresh inspiration. And this in itself, it's going to make you feel extremely enthusiastic to actually really kind of start paying attention towards some kind of new direction in life. And that in itself, it's all going to be consisting of you starting up something. Do you get me? Starting up something really important to you, like some kind of a project. But then at the same time, it's going to consist of you also like exploring, because you're also going to start to feel like you're really curious here. And this in itself, you know what, my gorgeous Taurinis, within the next couple of days, it's going to put you in such a mode where you're going to feel so spontaneous. You're going to feel really carefree in the best possible way. And that in itself, this energy is needed so much in order for you to kind of like really take this on, because it's all about you feeling extremely optimistic, but also at the same time really excited, about what's about to come into your life. And at the same time, there is also going to be very wise advice that you are going to get also. At the same time, you're going to get a rather wise advice from somebody really kind of like a powerful in your life. Whether this advice is going to be through the person who is literally physically around you telling you something, someone really wise and extremely grounded, or you're going to be watching someone who you completely connect to, and then you kind of get and gain advice at the same time. However, it's going to be really wise, and it's also going to help you to reflect on this situation. How? Because you're going to understand that you, at this stage of your life, you need to put your foot down, and it's all about the actual smart leadership. Now, this is the clarity that you're going to gain from this person. It's going to make your mind really strong at a time where you would be like, oh my God, like really, and normally this would like kind of not put you off as such, but normally you would kind of like take like a one step at a time. But now you're just going to feel extremely confident to actually start this. This is really important indeed, which is on another hand, my gorgeous Taurini, it's actually going to put you in a mode of like, oh my God, like a bit of a hermit mode. This is all going to lead towards you having a moment like by yourself, whether this is going to be like the whole day, whether this is going to be like about a few hours, whether this is going to be an hour, where you're just going to feel, do you know what, you're going to feel extremely deep. maybe a couple of days after that moment in time, you're going to feel extremely deep because, for a couple of days, for 2 days, there's so much going to be on your mind. You're going to be thinking about this new direction, about starting up a project, about what you want to explore. But then again, it's just there is so much going to be on your mind. And a couple of days later, your mind is going to be like in a bit of an overdrive, but really good overdrive, because it's going to drive you towards this hermit mode. And the hermit mode, it's all when we become so powerful within ourselves through our own intuition, because we go deep down. And once you go deep down, you are going to be reminded of someone in your past from a long time ago. So someone from your past is going to pop into your mind, someone whom you have kind of lost the connection with, but through that person you're going to realize additionally what do you need to do in such a way where you will want to avoid certain people in your life, but you will also want to kind of find a way to let the new people to come into your life as well. This person who's going to be on your mind from your past, it's going to make you aware of, through that person you're going to realize some kind of a negative and dark attachment that has been in your life for a while. But even more importantly, this is actually going to be that last little bit of thing that is going to kind of going to help you out with your breakthrough at this stage in your life. This is very important because you are going to become aware of the certain aspects of your life that became rather toxic indeed. So the sooner you move on, the happier you're going to be, and the more you're actually going to achieve in your life. Because what is going to be driving you forward at this stage, it's like a really interesting idea about your future, and a really interesting idea. It's about starting up this project, this new direction, but also this is all about very interesting idea about how your future it's actually going to be. So this is something that is going to be driving you forward, this optimism. Now suddenly you're going to feel ridiculously optimistic about your future, and I like this quite a lot. By the time you get to the actual mid part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, it's like, oh my goodness, something is really going to kind of happen completely unexpectedly here. You are going to have such a powerful conversation with someone. Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Taurinis. It is a very important stage that you are going through, because there's so many people that are going to be part of your spiritual journey here. Certain people are going to who are going to cross your path this week. Certain people are going to really kind of remind you what to stay away from, but certain people are really kind of going to play such an important role when it comes to you really knowing that you are on the right path and you are doing the right thing. So now at around the midweek, there is going to be a very important conversation that you're actually going to have with someone. An important conversation, I can tell you, a very strong conversation. And that strong conversation that you are going to have, it's going to it's going to surprise you, especially when it comes to you really kind of now through this conversation you are going to have some kind of a new idea here also. And that new idea that you are going to have, it's going to all be kind of consisting of you not regretting the certain things in your past, because they are kind of causing prolonged gloom in your life. Okay, so it's an aspect through that very strong and powerful conversation. You are going to understand an aspect of yourself, an aspect of your life, something that happened to you a long time ago in the past, but you didn't get over. You didn't get over it. You did not get over it whatsoever. So this is almost like this new idea that you are going to have here through that strong conversation. It's going to help you to understand and realize how to kind of accept something that happened to you in the past. And I know it's easy for me, something not really nice that you've been through. This is going to pop up, but this is important, not because I'm saying that you're going to be tortured, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. But it's going to help you understand something very specific about yourself. This is personal. This is important. This is very, very personal, because it's really to do with an aspect of your life that affected you so much, and it's been affecting you right now, for a while. it's been affecting you for a long time, and now you're gonna realize for the first time ever the extent of how much this was actually affecting you. And this is going to be on your mind when you have this powerful, strong conversation, this very powerful and important conversation that you are going to have. So it's going to help you to accept yourself and move on. This is very, very important indeed. And I can tell you that this is like, after that moment in time, like something is going to change. Something is going to shift. This energy, very negative energy, is going to shift. And I will tell you this again, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm going very, very deep, because this is going to be extremely deep. You're going to be facing an aspect of your life that happened to you a long time ago, but left such a bitter taste in your mouth, in your life, in your energy. It's something that affected you so badly, and you have to move on from that. And why am I telling you this? Because you are, my gorgeous Taurini, you are going through the actual spiritual domino. One thing is going to lead to another. As soon as you realize what this is, as soon as you accept this situation, maybe you have been so angry with somebody, so you need to accept some kind of situation. It's something that happened in the past. You must not live in the past, my gorgeous Taurini. This is important. And even if you're like going to tell me now, oh, what is he talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about. Don't worry. You are going to be reminded of this when it comes to this week, because you're going to have this mind-blowing, once in a lifetime opportunity to accept this situation for what it is. And once that happens, I cannot even tell you, I cannot explain you how much you're going to heal your soul, how much you're going to heal your spirit, how much you're going to heal your body, how much you're going to heal yourself, how much you're going to heal your life. This is important. This is something very difficult that was affecting you for way too long, and now, my gorgeous Taurini, you have got an opportunity to come out of it. And even more so, I mentioned the spiritual domino. You just after that moment in time, you're going to become ridiculously confident about your success, and you will be able to put two and two together. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to be reminded of things that have been going on in your life at the beginning of the week, and now this courageous energy, this confidence about success that you are going to have, it's exact thing that was missing in order for you to make a very big, brave, a massive, giant, enormous step in your life. Not only you're going to become ridiculously confident about your success, but you're going to become ridiculously psychic and ridiculously intuitive, because you know what? You are going to be absolutely just right. So at around the midweek, you know what you need to pay attention to after that moment in time? It's that drive that you are going to have. What exactly is driving you like this, like to be so confident about your success? This, my gorgeous Taurini, it's something that you need to follow, because it's going to really bring you so many possibilities into your life. When it comes to your finances, when it comes to your future, things are going to start looking up for you. But at this stage of your life, this is also going to create an amazing portal where some very special people are going to start flowing in. You will see exactly what I mean. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, it's like basically you are going to be thinking a lot, like, why you're not doing this, why you're not doing that, why you constantly like kind of thinking how you're going to kind of do this and do that, but you're not maybe doing enough about it, and then you're going to realize, not that you're going to blame yourself as such, but you're going to realize, especially over the last 9 or 10 months, how much you could have done, for example, perhaps with your life. But just because you have found yourself in the wrong place, maybe you have found yourself within the wrong dimension, and this all happens when we like kind of are doing like certain things for way too long without bringing any changes into our lives, and also when we are planning and thinking about things, but we are not putting the plans into the actual action. So you're gonna also understand, my gorgeous Taurini, at around the end of the week, like how you've been feeling restricted, your life has been feeling restricted, and you're just gonna have absolutely enough of it. But at the same time, you're also going to realize that the way out of this is just to literally like focus on your future, and focus exactly at this stage of your life how you want your future to be, how much you want to change your life, and what would be an ultimate goal when it comes to your future. And this this is not only about you imagining this and thinking about this, but also this is bringing an absolutely mind-blowing possibility to actually manifest this like in terms of like, you know, bringing something very, very kind of special into your life. But at the same time, you are going to have a very interesting sign, very good omen, where you will know that this is the right thing to do. And because financially this is going to help you to protect your assets in so many different ways, but at the same time it's going to make your financial situation so much better. And this, my gorgeous Taurini, you also need to understand, it's the time of transformation. The process of the transformation is actually starting, where you are going to be having a really, really like kind of like a knowing like what is the really, really wise choice to actually make at this stage in your life. And that wise choice that you are making, it's all about that new direction. It's all about starting up a project. It's all about a fresh inspiration that you're suddenly feeling like so spontaneous and carefree. And normally you would be like, no baby, no. You will see how everything is beautifully connected. This is not only like the whole week about you needing to move on with your life, but it's also about you making one of the wisest choices of your life, which is, you see, a wise choice, my gorgeous Taurini, which is going to make some kind of a dream come true. I mean, come on, how important this is. You see what I mean? So this wise choice that I'm talking about, this wise choice, this is the fresh inspiration and enthusiasm. What I'm talking about, a new direction and starting up a project, is going to make your dream come true. Okay? And it may not even be like nothing to do with what you think that your dream is or is going to be, nothing to do with along those lines, but it's going to be leading towards your dream coming true. So just like you really need to kind of like, oh my God, take this on as soon as you possibly can. So now, my gorgeous Taurini, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. And this is the week in between the 5th and the 11th of December 2022. So my gorgeous Taurinis, your oracle card is Tan tararara tan 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 tararara tan tan turururu turururu turururu. Your oracle card of flexibility. There you go. So this is important. Anything that comes your way, just do it. Anything that comes your way, just do it, my gorgeous Taurinis, especially at a time when you think like too much is going on. This is the time to prove yourself. This is the week to prove your point. And this is also the week when you're going to realize how absolutely amazingly powerful you are. The more thing you do, the more successful you're going to be. The more you think you juggle with throughout this week, the more responsibility you deal with, the more you responsibility you work with, the more things you take on an emotional level and on every other level in your life, the more you take on and the more you deal with this week, throughout this week, the greater reward is going to be by the end of the week. You need to understand that the things are going to seem this week like, oh my God, it's too much, so much is like kind of going on, you know, but at the same time, it's all about the spiritual little task that you are going to be facing, that you're going to be dealing with. I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but as I said, on a personal level, whatever comes to you that you want to do, that you like, that you fancy, just go for it. When it comes to like a work, career and finances, whatever you need to deal with, just deal with it this week. Don't leave it for the next week, you know, and don't leave it for the next month, for example. The more you take on, the more powerful the end of the week is going to be. Just remember what I said, because this is going to be so important. You're going to realize your power through your own flexibility, okay? Thank you so much, my gorgeous Taurini, for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.